Today, Bitcoin closes the week above $91,000. Bank of America upgrades Coinbase to a buy rating from neutral, and Franklin Templeton's Roger Bayston explains the firm's partnership with Wyoming on the state's stable token, which is now available to the public. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sagalos. Major cryptocurrencies mixed to end the week after the latest jobs report showed the U.S. added fewer jobs than expected in December, but the unemployment rate did tick lower. Now, as of noon Eastern, Bitcoin climbed to above that $91,000 mark to close out the week. Ether traded pretty much flat, holding on to the $3,100 level. XRP, however, fell more than 0.5% even after Ripple won regulatory approval in the UK, securing registration with the Financial Conduct Authority. Now, this allows Ripple to expand its licensed payments platform, giving UK institutions the ability to send cross-border payments using digital assets. Now taking a look at the week, major cryptocurrencies are in the green. As of noon, Bitcoin is up nearly 2% over the past 7 days, its first consecutive week of gains since September. This is also Bitcoin's first weekly close above 91,000 since the end of November. Now, Ether is up less than 0.5% for back-to-back weekly gains for the first time since August. XRP, it is up more than 7% for the week, notching 2 straight weekly gains after 4 consecutive weekly losses. Now, also taking a quick look at Coinbase, shares are down more than 1% as of noon Eastern, even after Bank of America upgraded the crypto exchange to a buy rating from neutral. However, the bank left its $340 price target unchanged. Bank of America believes that long-term growth opportunities and improving product momentum could forge Coinbase into an everything exchange and drive its shares higher. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Yet another crypto company is moving into prediction markets. U.S. digital asset derivatives exchange Binomial got the nod from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to move forward with event contracts. The CFTC issued the approval yesterday, noting that its Division of Market Oversight and Division of Clearing and Risk have taken a no-action position regarding swap data reporting and record-keeping regulations for certain swap contracts in response to a request from Binomial. Now, a no-action letter essentially means Binomial is able to proceed with the new offering. In a news release last month about the firm's plans to launch these contracts, the president of the Binomial Exchange and Clearinghouse said prediction markets represent the next frontier for regulated derivatives, and no other U.S. venue offers this combination of products with unified trading, clearing, and margin. Now, other crypto firms exploring prediction markets include Gemini, Robinhood, and Kraken. Last month, Coinbase unveiled a slew of new products in an effort to be a one-stop shop for financial services, one of them being event contracts. Next, President Trump says that he has no plans to pardon disgraced FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. That's according to the New York Times, whose reporters interviewed the president at the Oval Office this week. When they asked Trump about plans to pardon some high-profile inmates, SBF was also mentioned. In his current term, Trump has issued multiple pardons for those with crypto ties, like early Bitcoin adopter and creator of the dark web platform Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht, the BitMEX co-founders, as well as Binance founder Zhao. In 2024, SBF was sentenced to 25 years for fraud and conspiracy that led to the downfall of FTX. All right, for our main story, Crypto World's Talia Kaplan spoke with Roger Bayston, head of digital assets at Franklin Templeton. They spoke about Wyoming's stable token, which is now available to the public thanks to the investment firm serving as the state's strategic partner on institutional-grade reserves, management, and custody.
Well, this week, Wyoming announced that the state's Frontier stable token is now live and available to the public. The move marked the launch of the first and only state-issued stable token in the U.S., and this week, we also learned that Wyoming chose Franklin Templeton as its reserves management partner and affiliate Fiduciary Trust Company International as its custodian. So how will this partnership work, and why did Franklin Templeton want to be involved?
Well, first of all, shout out to Wyoming. I love Wyoming. I vacation in Wyoming every year. My wife is going there on Sunday. Look, as you guys, Franklin Templeton has been embedded in developing infrastructure and solutions based on blockchain technology. Our Benji product, tokenized money funds, have been proliferating globally, quite frankly. And I think the state of Wyoming, looking for great partners to be able to do reserve management, is looking for not just high quality management of the reserves, but also, somebody who is involved in the infrastructure and who is also positioning for the future and what does money look like, how does it operate, and being able to partner with them. So, Wyoming is a great partnership. We're really looking forward to seeing how their stable coin proliferates out into the marketplace.
What do you think about the fact that Wyoming was the first state to launch a stable token, and what does this really signal to you? Do you think other states will follow suit now?
Well, I think it's super creative on their behalf, right? When do we see, public entities kind of pursuing, big opportunities that have, kind of been in the camp of private companies? Wyoming is, as I understand it, and working with the great folks in Wyoming, they see the future of these particular opportunities in stablecoins. They see a way that the revenue that comes from operating a stablecoin might benefit the entire citizenry of Wyoming and their public works and building schools and libraries and all the important things that citizens use all the time. And rather than relaxing their cultural norms to approve cannabis sales or do casino licenses, they say, hey, this is a way that we can participate, maybe even increase the branding of Wyoming itself out there. So it's quite ingenious, actually.
Now, this week, we also learned that Morgan Stanley is diving deeper into the crypto space, filing for a spot Bitcoin, Ether, and Solana ETF. Ever since the launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US back in 2024, of course, crypto-tied exchange-traded products have spread rapidly. Franklin Templeton offers crypto-related ETFs, including a spot Bitcoin ETF. And so I'm wondering, what do you think of developments like this? And are you fazed by the increased competition at all?
No, I mean, our great friends and partners at Morgan Stanley have a vision for how digital assets, especially those that have some sort of capital value attached to them, might be woven into client portfolios over a long period of time. We welcome those opportunities. Single sector ETFs are an important part of the ecosystem. We think over time it's going to be more about offering advice around a wide, diversified portfolio of assets inside of an ETF, kind of like our easy peasy offering that offers a wide basket of choices inside of it. So, I think it's healthy for the marketplace that more Morgan Stanley clients are going to be able to see opportunities in how they use digital assets as part of their overall solution in the long term.
So generally speaking, what's your outlook for spot crypto ETFs in the US in the new year? In recent months, we saw more spot crypto ETFs tied to altcoins like XRP and even Litecoin start trading in the US. In fact, Franklin Templeton launched a spot XRP ETF in November. So I have a few questions for you related to these investment products. One, what was Franklin Templeton's reasoning to launch this investment vehicle tied to XRP specifically? And has there been demand for this product? And also, do you think we will continue to see even more spot crypto ETFs pop up in the US tied to altcoins in 2026?
Lots of really good questions inside there. Yes, XRPZ, which is our ETF using XRP, has been a successful place for us. Look, one of the things that Franklin Templeton has been aggressive in doing, is pursuing how to use blockchain technology inside of our business. So we're in the business of issuing securities. We have transfer agency responsibilities. We have figured out how to use blockchain technologies to bring more efficiencies and more utility to customers and clients. And so we understand the blockchain environments. XRP being one of those, that blockchain that we have developed on top of. We have confidence that these networks are going to continue to expand, continue to grow the types of customers and clients who are going to use these record-keeping systems for the information-based economies going forward. And so we think there's really going to be continued expanding opportunities. I think the depth and breadth of the altcoin opportunities is going to be directly tied to kind of the market adoption outside of things besides just Bitcoin. We can see over time, again, referring to our easy peasy construct, a wide, diversified portfolio is probably the best choices that customers and clients can make, even though inside of those investment solutions, sometimes there's going to be more idiosyncratic risk and choices that investors are going to be focused on.
Now, back in September, Franklin Templeton teamed up with global crypto exchange Binance to develop digital asset products. Can you give us a progress report on how that's going so far?
We're working with Binance in a number of different things. Quite frankly, our ears to the ground about, literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of new customers and what their needs are across the planet. Those aren't, those users of Binance's platform are different than some of our other customers. And so first steps are understanding what the customer's needs and what they want. We are like lots of relationships that we have, we are aggressively pursuing how we integrate, some of our current products and choices, including our Benji tokenized money fund inside of the constructs that are used on the cryptocurrencies exchange to substitute for and complement non-yield bearing stablecoins. And so it's a journey that we expect will be fruitful for both parties as we move forward, and we're excited, and we'll make sure we keep you apace of different developments that come forward.
Okay, that's all for Crypto World this week, but we'll be back again on Monday, and we'll see you then.